Mag again on with another Bit of Truth podcast. Yeah, the Sunday version. We go get into a few things today. We go talk about, the strain on the masses that's going on right now, all the pressure that they're putting on. And we go start out with the so-called banking. We go talk about it and how they're gonna fool the masses into being bankrupt nowadays. You understand? Get the people in deep in debt, and while they so-called laying off everybody in the so-called big tech industry. We go talk about it and get into it. We also go talk about the rising of the cost of food. We go get into it. The pressure is on. Let's run it.
Banks are bracing for an influx of defaulting payments
Listen
as
that.
higher prices across the board force Americans to use credit cards.
You hear that, people? They're telling you that the banks, they're in trouble now. They worry about people gonna default on their loans. And I already explained that to you, that when you default on a loan, the bank actually come out better. 100%. We go get to that. Let's listen some more.
Comes as over half of Americans earning a six-figure salary report that they're actually living paycheck to paycheck.
And just in case you don't know what they're talking about, six-figure salary, meaning that you make over 100,000 a year. You understand that? You're making over 100,000 a year and you're still living paycheck to paycheck, hand to mouth. You believe that? So, with most of the people, they're not working this right here. They're not working more than $100,000 a year. No way. Less people make that. That's what you need to understand. So, with them telling you that the people that make that kind of money gonna be suffering or living paycheck to paycheck, what gonna happen to the people who make half of that, a quarter of that, a third of that? What they gonna do? Pay attention
So
here.
to help us break down all of this is Megan Lenhart. She's a senior reporter for Fortune magazine. Thanks for joining us.
Fortune
You know, a lot of
magazine.
people are going to hear you make $100,000 a year and you're living paycheck to paycheck. That seems it seems like crazy talk, but it's actually happening. But we're going to get to that in a minute. First, I want to talk about what we're seeing the banks doing. The banks are bracing for putting money aside for people.
You hear that, people? They're putting money aside. They're putting money aside just in case when people fall after the loan, because they're sure that it's gonna happen. What a dumb shit for the people. Listen.
Essentially defaulting on loans. What happens if a large number of people start to default on their payments, whether it's credit cards or their car payments or whatever it is?
Well, hey, I appreciate you having me this morning. I think that this is an important topic that we need to talk about over and over again in the coming year. Certainly last year and throughout the early days of the pandemic, since, the onset of the lockdowns, we've seen that credit card delinquencies have been historically low. So now we're starting to see a ramp up period, given the inflation, given the economic environment that we've been in. We're going to start seeing, more people sitting there and saying, I can't pay my credit card at the end of the month. And of course, now I want to stress that, again,
It's not a coincidence why they bring it up right after the holidays that they give you. All those holidays basically draining the masses. They feel like they're not, playing their role and playing a part if they don't get involved in all of these big holidays that cost them money. Some of them don't really have it, so they turn to the credit cards. So, of course, they're deep in debt right now.
been
They
in
know.
a historically low environment. I know TransUnion and other experts are predicting somewhere where we're going to go from about 2% to maybe about 2.6% this year. Now, granted, it's still much lower than some of those crazy high rates we saw during the financial crisis. Credit card
Don't worry about the financial crisis. It's them making it. They make it so they can rise up the interest rates on the masses. Don't worry about it. They're faking the dumb people right here on Earth.
delinquencies at that point were somewhere in the 3.2 range. So again, nothing too crazy, but that does obviously have ripple effects. We're already starting to see credit card companies, banks saying, you know what, we're going to tighten our lending standards. We're going to sit there and put a little bit more money on the books to make sure that we have enough to cover this if it becomes a problem.
Right. So I you just brought up something that made me think, like, how do we get here? You're right. During the pandemic, when, many people were still working, but they were getting additional funding from the government.
I already told you that was a trick, people. All those stimulus that you collect was a trick. You get to mold you, you get to fit you in a position where the government want you. You don't understand. They make you feel comfortable in sitting at home, collect unemployment, and collect those stimulus check, and then bam! I told you about the last meal. Did I explain it to you? The last meal was the last stimulus check they sent you. And I said, that's the last meal. Make sure it lasts forever because you ain't getting no more. And ever since that, everything going downhill, including the inflation show up and make everything go sky high that the masses gotta use. You understand? It's by design. All a trick caused by the fake pandemic that they laid out on you.
People were paying down their credit cards. It was fantastic. And then it's like we didn't learn a lesson at all, or the tables turned quite rapidly because now we're charging more than we ever, or not more than we ever have before, but we sort of changed that trajectory. Why is that happening? Why didn't people pay down their credit cards and then go, great, let's keep it this way?
I think we're facing a double whammy here. So we ended up sitting there and having inflation hit so many American households.
Inflation is a hoax, people. It's a fake shit. 100%. Something that the government them come up with to explain why you're going through these turmoils, why everything is sky high, why those products that you used to use is no longer good, why it's more generic than the real thing. You don't get it, people. It's the end of times. They're gonna destroy the masses. With all the things that they're piling on, is to destroy the masses. Just wake up and see it. And I'm gonna break it down in this video and show you how much shit they got on the table right now to break you.
And of course, at first we saw gas prices, car prices go up, and
now
we're seeing it across the board. I mean, look, the price of eggs is just crazy these days, right? And so we're seeing that, but we're also seeing high interest rates. Obviously, the Federal Reserve is really trying to tamp down on those inflation rates, and of course, they're doing that by increasing interest rates. And so we're going to sit there and start to see that you may actually...
This is a joke, people. It's a 100% joke on the masses. Like I tell you, they give you all of these things and say, hey, just accept the pandemic like we want you to. And then all of a sudden, all the things that you accept now is your downfall. They're telling you that's why you're going through this train right now. Because they have to print all that money to give you in stimulus. Now it costs the country to go to an inflation, they call it. And everything going up sky high. Interest rates, food, everything. What you think? You think that stimulus worth it? That's a shit already gone. You don't get it, people. They give you that stimulus for you to buy the pandemic, for you to feel comfortable. And now here comes the hard times. They're not gonna give you shit now.
Less on the credit card, but the interest rates are higher if you're carrying that debt for longer periods of time.
So that brings me to this really interesting statistic that more and more people who make at least 100K a year say they're living paycheck to paycheck. And you know, this has been a number that has been a percentage that's been ticking up, I think, since the summer. I think it was in the 30s in the summer. Now it's much higher than that in terms of percentage of people saying that. A lot of people are going to hear, you make 100 grand. I don't get it. How is it possible?
It's just common sense, people. It's called common sense. Common sense is everything is going up. That means it don't matter how much money you used to work, you're gonna feel the pressure. Yes, you used to work $100,000 a year, but you used to spend 80 out of it and you have 20 to put on the side. Now you ain't got nothing to put on the side. You understand? All that expense gonna eat up that 20 that you used to put aside. Do you get it? So now, of course, the 100,000 paycheck not gonna look like much now. You understand what I'm saying, people? It's just a strain that they're putting on the people. Everything is getting higher and higher. And like I said, those people that used to work less, they fall off to the ground. You don't get it, people. Some people gonna be working and still homeless. Just wake up and listen to me. People gonna be working and the paycheck not even can cover rent. You don't get it.
Possible that you can make that amount of money and still live paycheck to paycheck.
No money. That's no money there.
It's interesting. We see this across the board. I mean, look, almost 2/3 of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck. And we are seeing
all
that
by design.
Really when it comes to lower and middle income Americans, those rates are staying fairly stable. Where we're seeing a lot of the increase right now is among those who are higher earning in Americans. And of course, it's one of those situations where when you look at it on first glance, you're like, oh my God, you can't pay for your bills. But I think it's a matter of a couple of issues. We're obviously seeing inflation hit these households. Maybe they were able to carry that a little bit longer.
What did I tell you? We don't need to listen no more from them. They're going to explain everything with the inflation. What did I tell you, people? That's going to explain why you're feeling this strain. You're working 6 figures, 7 figures, and you still got to live hand to mouth, paycheck to paycheck. Wow, move.
109
150,000 tech workers have been laid off in 2022 alone.
And take a look at these companies, people that laying off people right now. Pay attention. These were the ones on the forefront. Yes, people, even Netflix. You see Microsoft in there. You see Meta. You see Strip. All of them, people. PayPal. Even the so-called Peloton. The one that's selling those bikes. Who is working for them, people? The one that's selling you those bikes that they ride online. I told you, people, most of them, no lie. Most of these companies, they don't have nobody working too much. For real. They just lie to the masses 100% in. I already told you, this is the pressure on the people right now. If you are just a little regular person and work for any one of these companies, of course, you're the one who's going to feel the heat 100%. The pressure is on the people right now.
Amazon today announcing it's going to cut 18,000 workers.
18,000
we're going to see more. It's going to continue to weave through the public and private market. Do you need...
Is the tech bubble bursting again?
Watch his hand sign, people. The tech bubble bursting. This is how they do the masses, and I already told you. The world government control the whole thing. They're the one who moving the switch up and down to put this strain on the people.
The layoffs in big tech, which started in 2022, left many wondering if this is just the tip of the iceberg. So what does this mean for these workers, as well as those aspiring to join the tech industry, especially when the economic outlook remains uncertain? Technology is a part of our everyday lives and a necessity for most societies to simply function.
You hear that, people? A necessity for society to simple function. They're the one who set it up that way for you to depend on these things right here that they give you. You understand? This is not what life is about. Technology is what they bring to destroy the people. That's what you need to understand. The devil peoples who are against us, that's what they figure that they can use to destroy the masses. Technology. And it's funny how the masses just suck it up and believe in it 100%. That's going to be your downfall.
This increasing dependency has seen huge growth in the tech sector and with it, a proliferation of high-paying jobs. But following the industry's recent struggles, those exorbitant salaries are now being scrutinized.
All of them is a trick, people. They don't need you. That's what you need to understand. That's why they call tech companies big tech. You understand? Just like I told you about the Walmart and those stores. You seen them already. They're not going to use no cashier. Gonna be self-checkout, and I told you later on you just scan your phone, go in, and then use your phone to scan the stuff that you get. Put it in a basket, push it out and gone, and they bill you. This is how they're gonna do it. None of those tech companies gonna need the people. It's tech, the business gonna run by tech. You don't get it, man.
Like never before. In early 2023, California, Washington, and Rhode Island joined several other U.S. states and cities in enacting salary transparency laws, which require companies to post salary ranges for job postings.
But you hear that? This is how they do it, people. 100% fakery. They put this on the board so the people can be like, yeah, we can go work for these tech companies. Look at their paychecks that they're letting off. And then this is what you get right here, the feedback. It's a government operation. At the end of the day, you can't win.
In California, which is home to more than 20% of the world's Fortune 500 companies, a program manager at Apple can make between $121,000 and $230,000. A mid-career software engineer at Google.
Go back, people. Look at the numbers. They're all coding. 100% coding. You understand? That's how they do it. But like I said, this is what they do to basically increase the interest of the masses right there to work for these so-called tech companies. They don't really want you there. So this layoff right here, don't worry about it. Tech company gonna use tech to run their business. AI.
$30,000. A mid-career software engineer at Google will receive between $126,000.
They don't need no software engineer. It's a government shit. That's what I told you. They already have all that shit in store. Google, don't sleep on them. They're the one who have all the information for you. You understand? There is no dictionary no more, people. They don't make those things. They don't make encyclopedias no more. Everything is Google. And guess what? I'm going to get to it in a little bit with the Chat GPT. That's what they're going to use next, the Google. It's the same peoples. But this is how they use it. Use one to ride over the next because it's more advanced. This is how they're going to control all the information that you take in. Wow, people. The Google itself is the devil work. Any one of them things that feeding your information like these, you better watch out. They're going to be your reality. Just remember, I tell you, they let you believe in Google so much now. You think his word, anything it say. You can't learn nothing from it if it's truth. Anything they're hiding from you, you're not going to find on Google in that content. You got to understand this, people. It's for the brainwash to mold you, put you in the direction that they want you with all of these social media.
$190,000, while a software engineering director at Meta can draw a minimum of $253,000 and as much as $327,000 per year. But following mass layoffs for tech workers, are these wage expectations still realistic?
No, it's
Ben
bullshit.
Leong is a professor of computer science at the National University of Singapore.
What has happened in the last 3 or 4 years is that pay for the other non-big tech companies have gone up, and many of the startups are really upset because they can't burn cash at those rates. They can't pay 7-8K for fresh grads. The big tech companies will continue to pay what they used to pay. They always pay a lot. I suspect that the growth in the median pay will either stagnate.
What I try to tell you, people, that they don't need you. You don't get it out what? They don't need you. These are supposed to be big tech. You know what tech is? Technology. You don't get it. AI, what they need you for. With the chat GPT, you can process anything with the damn computer. He can get it done. He know everything, can answer back any question. What are you telling me, people? You don't need these humans to work for those tech companies. They're gonna show you by laying you off. They don't need you. It was just a hoax. 100%.
Teo Shun Jun falls within the bracket of the median pay earner. The former Tencent data analyst engineer was
Tencent, you hear that? The Tencent come from China, supposedly. Tencent and Alibaba. Basically, they're the Amazon over there. You understand? This is how they do it, people. You got to understand, it's a worldwide trick. Nobody is safe nowhere in the world. This is what taking over right here because it's gonna be your destruction. 100%
go by the Chinese tech giant at its Singapore office in 2022.
They're fake.
Around end of September, I received a news via my agent, so she dropped me a text asking me if I'm free to chat. At that time, I was halfway through my contract. She had to tell me that Tencent was laying me off because of cost-cutting exercises. It was quite sad, to be honest, and it wasn't just me that was affected. At least 5 of my team.
And they tell you the Tencent's bigger than 10 times bigger than Amazon. You hear that? And of course, they're laying off people. So what do you think?
It's also received the same news around the same timing.
While drawing a healthy salary remains important, that isn't the priority for Shun Jun.
When I finished my diploma, I honestly didn't know that data personnel were being paid that high. I do it out of passion instead of the pay. You definitely can find higher paying jobs in bigger tech companies, but at my age, it's better.
They're not gonna hire you and keep you there for long. It's just a hoax to make it look like they're part of the workforce. I already told you. And even the Walmart, I didn't have a clip to show you right here, but Walmart is closing a lot of stores. Like I don't tell you, they come in the neighborhood, shut down every small business around because they run them out of business. Even a funeral home, no lie, they shut down everything because they're selling things supposed to be cheaper, but it's mass production. It's not like it's better, it's just cheaper. So now when the Walmart come in and shut down all the small business, bam, they shut down and gone. What you're gonna do now is all a trick, people. Those things is not there to stay. It's just to keep you in a box, 100% in.
The USDA expects food prices will continue to grow at
because they're the one who doing it, people. They control the food price. That's why I tell you, the food don't come from regular people. The food come from the establishment. That's why they control the price. The same thing with gold, diamonds, precious metals. They're the one who control the price, meaning they're the one who own it. They're the one who's serving it up. Not no regular people. We should never be eating these food. But I already told you, they make you interested in it, and now they're taking it off the table or jacking it up. Most of them food gonna be gone off the shelf. That's what you need to remember. And then what you see It's sky
of
high.
average rates this year, which could be more than 7%.
Wow.
And they aren't the only ones predicting an increase on our grocery bills this year.
Don't worry
Even
about
if the price hikes are smaller, as News 5's Nadine Abusada found out, it's still a strain on our pocketbooks that many Americans cannot afford.
Yeah, but guess what, people? No lie. Let me just put this in right quick because I've seen it with my own eyes. So overnight, last night, yesterday, going towards the evening, everybody's rushing to the stores. You know, I don't understand how everybody's so dumb. Sometimes I feel like I don't belong here. Everybody running to the stores to go get food and them things for what? Super Bowl weekend. This is another strain that's gonna be on the masses. You don't understand it. It's more strain on you. You're running to go buy chicken wings. You're buying all these pizza. You're having a Super Bowl party. You participate in it. It's gonna cost you. Some people still don't have the money to do all this, but they want to be involved. They don't want to be feeling left out. So of course they're gonna charge it to the credit card to get some food, get some things to get a barbecue, to have a Super Bowl party. You understand? Why is everybody rushing? They're almost fighting to get shit from the stores. For Super Bowl, people, that's another holiday they give them again to dig in their pockets. And what it's about? The game? No, it's not about the game. It's about propaganda. It's about all of these things that they're putting on the table. All these commercials. All of these things is just a devil event they put together to collect your energy. And at the end of the day, you're going to see the codings and some things that they're going to lay out later on with even the score of the damn game. But pay attention, people. The pressure is on. Food price up. But you're not going to let that stop you. You got to have your Super Bowl party.
As everybody's grocery bills continue to rise, so does their restaurant tabs.
It feels like inflation reduction is happening and an end is in sight to kind of runaway inflation, but food prices remain high.
The USDA predicts that in 2023, food at home will increase by 8%, food away from home by 8.2%, which is something Fat Cats in Tremont continues to battle.
There's a direct link between that and the prices that you actually charge to the customers.
Ricardo Sandoval has been running his farm-to-table restaurant.
We make tortillas, burritos, pizza, steamed dough.
For 26.
All of them shit, you should leave them alone. But what you have to understand, what you have to get from this is everything that the masses eat gonna go sky high. What more you want, people? They give you all those interest rates gone up already. When it comes to the so-called food, everything is going up, so it's gonna be harder for the masses to eat. So like I say, people, I mention this all the time with the levels. So the more strain they put on, the people at the bottom fall to the ground. Do you get it? The people that was closer to the people that was down at the ground or to the bottom, they lead down to the bottom. And so forth, all the way, everything is coming down. So that's why they tell you about people making over 100,000 a year and living hand to mouth, paycheck to paycheck. You understand what I'm saying? So that means later on, a little bit from now, the 100 grand gonna be homeless. No lie. I'm just letting you know. Somebody who work right there at 100 grand can't even afford their mortgage. It's getting to that point, and it's rapidly moving towards that point. Can you see it, people? This is what they're doing. It's not a mistake. It's not something that happened by coincidence. It's a planned thing from the pandemic. Do you understand? They give you the pandemic to basically answer all your questions. The pandemic is what caused everything. It caused all these layoffs. It caused all of these things. But it was jolly for them to tell you, stay home. Don't go to work. Sometimes it's not your boss tell you in the pandemic, say, hey, you don't have to come to work. It's the people staying there. The government people saying, don't go to work. Don't stay 6 foot apart. This, that, all of these things you gotta put in place. They're the one who do it, people. They put the whole thing in place. So then when they come in with all of these things that trigger off it, you can understand the inflation, all of these things, the country crashing, all of these things, they're gonna say, yeah, it's a pandemic, cause it. Everybody losing their job because of the pandemic and all of these things. You don't understand. It's a real trick, people. Big trick to blame everything on the pandemic. That's why they give you the pandemic. You understand? It answers all your questions. Bam.
Nevada
Watch
is
this right here.
84,000 homes short.
All coding. No doubt about it. As you can see, the 8 and 4, that's a 12. And there go your 3-2. Pay attention here.
The housing crisis across the valley hasn't even gotten much better since interest rates soared. A growing Las Vegas company says it has this solution.
And they're talking about a growing Las Vegas company. Bam, it's a government shit. I'm trying to wake you up so you understand these things. When you see them do this, you know already. If you have discernment, if you have wisdom, any kind of knowledge at all, you're going to understand this. It's them doing it. They ain't no little company start out. It's them. The government people own us. Everything that you see is them do it. Okay, so they're the one who do this right here. Pay attention, just like they give you the damn tiny houses. You got to understand this is how the world gonna be. Pay attention.
It's called Boxable. Boxable can build these small homes in a matter of hours.
You hear that? They build these houses in a matter of hours. Remember I tell you about they building a whole apartment complex in a few months? It's no difference. And as soon as the hurricane or a little supposedly twister come around, the whole thing crumble to rubble. What gonna happen to these houses that they build in a few minutes? What gonna happen to them? You believe it? Looks that you see right there is strong. It's something that gonna hold up in a little bit of wind that they give you anyways, all the time, every time. Pay attention here.
Today they unveiled their newest game changer right here. It's a home for a whole family that can be built in just days at a fraction of the cost.
A fraction of the cost, people, a fraction. Now you can see this boxable house. Pay attention.
Would you live here?
I was shocked about how much room is in those things.
I've been wanting.
Take a look at the price, people. $150,000. That's the number 6 coding. But pay attention, people. Something that they made in a matter of hours, they sell for $150,000. That gonna make the housing better? $150,000 for what? For a matches box? What did I tell you, people? Pay attention here.
To go tiny.
You see yourself
living in one of these?
Oh, for sure.
Of course, for sure. They're selling it.
Is exactly to solve the housing crisis.
Yes,
So
of course, it's only fitting that they're putting you into a box. That's what you live in, basically. It's a box. The whole thing, the whole operation, the system is a box. And of course, they're going to put you in a box now.
It's a scale play to do houses in volume.
Las Vegas company Boxable unveiled their newest prototype at the International Builders Show. It's a 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath house with a deck. The cost, $150,000.
3-bedroom. You believe that, people? Let's see the size of it.
From the ground up
Can't really
in
tell.
days.
That is how we solve the national housing crisis.
There you go, people. And they're mocking you. They even have a pink pig right there. Boxable. Wow.
The company recently opened its second warehouse in North Las Vegas to keep up with demand for its smaller model. The casita is 400 square feet and has requests from everyone, from families that need a backyard guest house or granny pad.
Backyard guest house. Wow.
Department of Defense. The CEO says there's 170,000 names on the wait list.
Pay attention.
A home every 4
Permit on the
hours
screen.
will be down to 20 minutes by the end of the year.
The company insists they're not about tiny homes.
Yeah, that they're not about tiny homes because they know people feel about you putting them in a little box and call it a home with no room in it. What a damn joke. Of course, it's the same thing. It just costs more. And what does the fabric is? What it make out of? What is the damn... it's wood? It's plastic? It's metal? What is it?
Latest model to prototypes they envision. In the future, you can design your home by stacking shelves how you see fit and walk you through the process to buy a plot of land. To build more larger models very fast, the company's already looking for a third factory site, possibly in the Apex area.
Wow, people, what those house made of? What is the material that made it? We see glass. What is the material that they're selling it for $150,000 and it got no room in it? Like I said, the more strain they put on the people, yes, they got the solution. You see that right there? Wow, move.
Tonight.
Now, take a look at this right here with this sodomite on screen, Justin Trudeau. And he's not hiding. He's a part of the devil system right here to destroy the masses. And don't worry, they have something upcoming for him. This character that you see on screen gonna disappoint the people majorly. Just pay attention. He talking about so-called, spy balloon also fly over Canada. Let's listen.
Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau announcing a U.S. fighter jet took out an unidentified object over the Yukon.
You hear that, people? Yukon, they're conning the masses, but don't worry about it. They're gonna tell you it's a new trend now. Ever since they put that so-called, dumb shit on and the people believe that China actually sent a spy balloon white as chalk. When I say white, it's white. You can't miss it. And a big old ball that's supposedly big as 3 school buses. China want to spy on America, so they put something up in the sky that big and white to float in. And don't worry about it. America immediately know exactly where it come from and who sent it. You believe it? So now, every day you're gonna get one. They shut down an unidentified object. Some people, conspiracy theories, and they say, hey, they shoot down an airplane, they shoot down a spaceship, they shoot down an alien ship. This is all what they say now. It's an alien ship and they're hiding it. I told you people, it's on. The trickery of mankind is on. All of these signs and wonders, you see they're showing you things in the sky? Now they're showing you that fighter jet is shooting down so-called unidentified flying objects in the sky. It's fakery.
Scrambling both Canadian and U.S. aircraft after coordinating with
go.
President Biden Saturday afternoon. Just one day after another unidentified object was shot down over Alaskan waters.
It's the new trend now, people. Every day they're going to tell you they shoot down another one. What is they leading to, people? They leading to the fakery that gonna destroy you. I already told you the end of times is near. That's why they're doing this. If you don't want to believe, that's your business. But this is the end of time. That's why you see all these activities.
With recovery efforts underway in the Arctic and more questions than answers.
You hear where it's at? They're gonna recover it in the Arctic. I already told you nobody see that shit in the sky for real. Only on screen. That to show you, stop watching screens.
About who owned it, why it was there, and what capabilities it may have had.
This time you don't know, but the first time you know exactly who sent it. It's bullshit.
We don't have any information that would confirm.
Listen to this fucking idiot right here. Look like one of them people that they put on TV in movies. I tell you, you remind me of somebody. And he kind of look like the science guy. Wow, it's kind of weird, man. They fake. 100% fakers on TV.
The stated purpose for this object.
President Biden ordered U.S. fighter jets to take it out with a missile just hours after.
Why would you waste a missile to take down a balloon, people? A missile. You need a missile to shoot down a balloon? You have to take out a fighter jet that costs all this money. One of them missiles, if they tell you how much hundreds of thousands, how much $1 million value, you would understand what I'm saying here. Why use that? You can use a bow and an arrow. Arrow to shoot down a balloon. You don't need to send up no special plane, no F-2 fighter jet. It's bullshit. Wow, what a dumb shit for the people. I told you your brain is soup.
About it. But already some key differences are.
Why send this to spy on America? Why? Why send this big old white balloon that everybody gonna see with their eyes to spy? Is that real? I know you control a balloon. How you control a balloon, how you navigate it around America. It's bullshit. Wake your ass up with a bang.
Chinese balloon blasted out of the sky a week ago.
All screen, nothing there real. Nobody see it for real. It's just TV. People gonna come and say, yeah, I see it on TV. Move.
First in size.
It was much, much smaller than the spy balloon that we took down last Saturday.
Closer to a small car versus the Chinese.
It's closer to a small car now, people. The first one was 3 school buses. I guess they learned now. They make it into a small car. What a dumb shit. Remember, they told you they got satellites spinning around the earth. Even China, they say, have them. Why not use a satellite? It's spinning around there all day of the week. Why you just don't use a satellite to spy on America? Whole wide world is dumb. You don't get it, people. Just like satellite is fake, all of these things they give you is fake. Nothing real. Move.
News Nation's Joe Khalil joining us live now from our nation's capital. And Joe, there's even more breaking news just coming down in the last half hour or so.
Yeah, that's right, Natasha. You just referenced 3 flying objects.
Listen.
I'm here to tell you about a 4th
Wow.
right now that we've been able to confirm, and that is over Montana.
Wow.
Now,
Yes, here we go, people. A 4th over Montana. And I'm going to tie this to what this topic is about, the demise of the masses. Because what you have to understand, they're going to tell you that all of these things caused by China. China is the one who's spying. If it's not China, it's Russia. You get what I'm saying? One control the oil and your electric and them things, and one control food and all the products that you got to use. Do you get it? So all of these things that they're telling you, I break it down already. They're trying to tell you that America and China got this big old beef going on. They're telling you that people from America that used to, send things to China, they're going to stop. They're going to stop supply for China. They're not going to supply China with whatever they say they used to supply them with. I don't know. There must be meat. Cow meat, because they told you they sell out the pig plant to China. The biggest pig pork plant in America. They sell it to China. So I don't know what China actually getting from America, but they say they're going to cut that off. So what happened to what's going to happen to the products that China made for America, which is everything. Everything, people, the phones, everything, all the technology. They're not telling that China come up with the technology, but China is the ones who making it. So that's why I try to tell you, it's all tied to the destruction of the masses. So they're going to so-called pull off this fake war and fake beef with America and China, so you can understand why the products ain't there. So you can understand why you're facing these demise and sufferation, because you can't get the things that you used to get a hold of. That's China right there. Now on the other side with the Russia, they're going to tell you that oil is going sky high. $150 a barrel and all of these things, so they have to jack up gas prices. They jack up gas prices, and before you know it, electric price also up, because they all tied together. What I tell you? So this is the reason why they do this right here. Everything is going to lead to the destruction of the masses. No matter how they bring it, it's going to be the same result. The mass is going to feel the pressure. Pay attention.
FAA just a while ago closed off Montana airspace, and then we got confirmation.
You close off an airspace. The FAA closed off the airspace. And I'm saying, if you dare closing and open up airspace, why the hell did they let those balloons in to begin with? You know exactly where it come from. Why did you let it in? Why did you make it come all the way in America? Then you want to put on a show about you shoot it down and give some props to the sodomite Biden. Move.
From Montana's Senator John Tester and from Montana's Congressman Matt Rosendale, both of whom said that there was an object flying in Montana's airspace that threatened aircraft. And for that reason, the FAA temporarily shut it down. It is now back open. What happened to the object that was seen over Montana, we don't know. But it was closed.
Who's seeing it? Who's seeing the object? It's garbage. 100% trash. Who see the object? We're going to leave this right here. We're going to get into another subject and then break it down, because this is bullshit right here. Go on. Wow.
Many people are coming out to express concern about vaccines containing messenger ribonucleic acid technology, also known as mRNA vaccines.
Hold on. My problem is, why now? I don't understand, people. They're coming out about concern of the mRNA vaccines. So why they still serving it up? Why they serve up so many of it, people, to everybody in the world? What did I tell you? They're going to expose themselves when it's too late for the masses. What did I tell you? Listen again.
Many people are coming out to express concern about vaccines containing messenger ribonucleic acid technology, also known as mRNA vaccines. Christina Randall is in the studio to tell us more about the bill that looks to prohibit the use of the mRNA technology.
Wow, people, they're going to pass a bill to prohibit it now. What did I tell you? It's too late. They already serve you up. And like I say, all coding, look at the bill, people. I just talk about one that was 84.23. Now it's 23.84. Is they playing or not? You blind? They're just playing with the dumb masses. Like I say, backwards world you live in. They're going to tell you now that the mRNA is not good. So they're going to pass a bill to stop it from serving up. It's too late. Everybody dead.
Good evening. Those in support of Senate Bill 2384 say they have personally seen the impacts of a vaccine developed by mRNA. Supporters believe more research needs to be done and that people should know.
You believe that, people? All this time, they bring in the so-called mRNA from the 80s. So you tell me that more studies need to be done in 2023? Wow, unbelievable. What did I tell you? It's always something complicated when it comes to these FDA and CDC and guidelines and how they pass these things and serve it up to the people. Unbelievable. Like I tell you, they're here to kill you. And if you can't see that yet, dumb on.
Exactly what's being put in their bodies. mRNA was created back in the 70s.
The 70s, people. In the 70s. I said the 80s, but here they go. They tell you it's the 70s, and they still need to do more research on it. Why you inject it in the people without research? Why did the government let you do that? Because it's them. One world operation to get everybody that shit.
Hearing a doctor did confirm that the COVID-19 vaccine was, to his knowledge, the first vaccine to be developed by mRNA technology. Those in opposition of Bill 2384 say mRNA saved countless lives.
Wow, really?
Senate Bill 2384 is a bill prohibiting the use of vaccines developed using mRNA. Carrie Roller used to be a nurse practitioner and is in support of Bill 2384.
Watched a lot of videos from doctors, scientists who have come out and spoken out against the mRNA technology.
Yeah, but where was you? Where was these doctors before they start serving it up? From the moment you hear them say they're going to serve it up, why don't you step a foot out? You know what the mRNA is. Wow, okay, man.
And the damages that it's done to people.
According to Dr. Lisa Perlebeck, mRNA is a type of single-stranded RNA that creates synthetic proteins.
Yes, and what
proteins in the body break down. Unfortunately, some scientists are finding that synthetic proteins take longer to break down in the body.
So many have
synthetic. You hear that, people? Because I already told you some wicked chemical they call vaccines. And I don't care if they tell you that it's a mRNA they're serving up even in those flu shots. It is. Any vaccine they give you, any little shot that you're going to take now, you got it in there. Just remember, it's the new way to go. That's how they do it. They find out that this shit in your bloodstream break your body down, break your cell, change even your DNA. It's working on you from the moment they plug you. It's working on your DNA, changing you over, making you into somebody else, like a damn cyber-human. No lie. Cyber-human meaning that it's some machinery control you. It's in that vaccine.
Taking the vaccine to, quote-unquote, do the right thing and protect grandma and grandpa. And
bullshit. It's garbage. You're killing grandma and grandpa. That's what you did when you give them that shot. It's not saving nobody. Where's your grandpa and grandma now that take the shot? They're dead or coughing out of control.
Devastating effects from it.
Roller says she saw firsthand how a vaccine developed by mRNA technology has impacted people. She was a nurse for 7 years and administered thousands of vaccines to patients and saw the effects it had, especially in her son.
I had a lot of questions on why these things were happening with my kid, but I could never get any answers.
They're not going to
It was
tell
always,
you.
well,
It's a secret.
you know, this is normal. It's normal. It's normal for them to have all these ear infections. It's normal for them to have.
Yes, and I told you, I know people, little kid, I think 15 years old or 14 years old, get the shot, and they also got this ear infection. Basically, fluid keep clogging the ears, and he still can't hear yet. And it's months, can't hear clearly out of the both ears because fluid's still in there. Are you telling me that it's not the damn shot? It's the same thing, people. Yes, I tell you, he gonna dismantle your body. He gonna destroy you. Once you take that shit in your body, those nanobots, your body gonna be destroyed.
all these sinus infections. Well, no, it's not. It's not normal.
Dr. Chris Meeker is a chief medical officer at Sanford and spoke in opposition of the bill.
When you look at all of the side effects that people mention with vaccines, there is not a single side effect of that vaccine that's not more common with COVID itself.
Wow, you hear that, people? So they're telling that the side effect that you're having from the vaccine, yes, it's not nothing different when it comes to the COVID. I already told you. What did I tell you? People don't get it. All the so-called symptoms that you get from the vaccine, they're going to tell you come from COVID, whether you have it or not. They're going to say, yeah, you have it. Just asymptomatic.
Meeker says data supports that mRNA vaccines are overwhelmingly safe.
Wow.
However, Senator Jeff Magrum of District 8 says there still needs to be more research done.
Why would you need to research it after it's been out since the 70s? Why research it today, 2022, 23? How do you gotta wait so long? Why you didn't research it before you give it to the people? More research need to be done. It's bullshit. This is what they do, people. They serve up medication and vaccine for the destruction of the people.
Last week, we told you about a trial that is underway in Canada. A province there is trying to decriminalize drugs.
Listen.
And why is that? To fight a drug overdose crisis.
Hear that? They're gonna legalize drug to fight overdose crisis. Drug overdose crisis. What caused the crisis to begin with? Okay, listen.
British Columbia has started a 3-year pilot program. It wants to stop prosecuting people for carrying small amounts of drugs like heroin and ecstasy.
You hear that? Heroin and ecstasy, because that's what they're serving you up in medication. The same thing that developed to be, that they call cocaine and drugs are drugs, is the same thing they serve you up for medication. Remember, opioids is opium, something that numb your body. They give you for pain, meaning you're not solving the problem. You only just numb it so you ignore it. That's all. So that's not good for you. That's what they put out there, people. What you think? Okay, go back.
For carrying small amounts of drugs like heroin and ecstasy. And now Australia has come up with a decision that is dominating headlines. Australia has become the first country to approve the legal use of MDMA, also known as ecstasy.
You hear that?
As well as psilocybin.
Listen.
MDMA, like I just said, is also called ecstasy. And psilocybin...
Remember, people, hold on. You know what ecstasy is? Ecstasy is a combination of many drugs in one. They put a lot of drugs in one. Meaning, there's a type of cocaine in it, little chemical that make opium, all of them things is in there. All of them things is tacked into one pill, and then they serve it up. So now, remember where it come from, where they tell you it come from, I should say. It come from the street, meaning the street people put it together, just like they tell you, street people putting this so-called fentanyl together to kill you. You believe them? It's them. They're the one who put the ecstasy together from day one and publish it to the masses. And then now they're going to tell you they can use it for some health benefit. Remember I did a video on it where they say it can cure PTSD. Same thing right here. Let's listen.
A psychedelic compound found in magic mushrooms.
Magic mushroom. I told you, people. The things that make you hallucinate. Mushrooms and them things. What you think it do? Rotten your damn brain. Wake your ass up.
Australia has become the first country to offer such psychedelic therapies to the public at large for anyone diagnosed with those life-threatening conditions.
Listen.
Starting July, psychiatrists will be able to prescribe MDMA and psilocybin for mental health disorders.
Wow. Oh, for mental health disorder, that shit melt your brain, people. You don't get it. It melt your brain. So, I used to be around... When I used to be around in the 90s, maybe 1998, close to 2000. And these pills, I see the effect of the ecstasy. Whenever somebody take that shit, they go dumb. I mean, the after effect, people. After they come down off it, then the brain fry. They gone dumb. You don't believe me, man. Instant dumb. After all that chemical release and melt down in your brain, after you so-called come down from the eye, you're dumb as a rock. So you telling me that you can prescribe that to save somebody? To cure a sickness? The same pill that they take and eat their own tongue, eat their lip. They chew up their lip till it bleed because they don't understand what's going on. They're not their real self. So the people who take it usually have to have a candy in the mouth or something to suck on at the time. You don't get it, people. Else they will eat their own lip. Are you telling me that you can? Unbelievable, people. That's some wicked chemical. You're gonna have the wicked reaction on it. Are you telling me that they're prescribing it? They make it legal? Get out of here. You can cure somebody who mentally disturbed? Wow, okay.
That brings me to a bigger point. The relationship between psychedelics and psychiatry.
Unbelievable.
There have been clinical trials, but at the same time, prohibition measures and policies meant that research into the possible benefits of such drugs was delayed. And now Australia is the first country in the world where medicinal psychedelics can be prescribed in certain conditions. The Australian Therapeutic Goods Administration has decided that there was a need for new therapies. The TGA has said the decision acknowledges the current lack of options for patients with specific treatment-resistant mental illnesses. It means that psilocybin and MDMA can be used therapeutically in a controlled medical setting.
Yes, the whole medical setting is controlled by the damn people who want to destroy you. And like I said, this is the new world. This is where the world heading now. It's all about medication. Somebody sees something on TikTok and it go viral and then bam, they start using it. We're talking about medication. The Ozempic, we talk about it all the time. That people now start using it for weight loss. That wicked chemical that you're putting in your body that destroying your cells and make you look thin and look sick. Yes, now it's a good thing. I even see them now talking about, bread maker blow up on TikTok. Bread maker now. Because bread is so high now. Prices of bread going up. They have these TikTok trends now with bread machine. So now you can make your own bread at home in a machine. You need a machine to make a bread? Okay. What is bread? You think that's something good? If you feel like I'm playing, take bread out your diet and see what happens. See how better you look. See how your body change. You disbelieve me? Take out bread completely out your diet and see what happens. It change your damn life. You don't get it, man. Bread is a part of what make you damn overweight and obese. Bread involved. That's why you see them serving up pizza. All those fast food places. What you see them sell? All the fast food places that ever built. What the major thing they got is bread. Bread. You understand? So you better wake up. All them they have pen. All the bread is bread. It's about bread. Burger King, all the bread is bread. McDonald's, all bread. Everything is bread. Wow, you don't get it, people. Take bread out the diet and see what happens. You'll be 100% healthier. No doubt. Let's move on. Here we go.
In the world of artificial intelligence.
Yes, so I already break it down and show you how they're going to destroy you in all of these major segments that I show you. Technology, food, all of these things that you got to depend on. Now take a look at this right here. I promised to do a video on it long time ago. I only discussed it in my podcast, but this right here, this so-called ChatGPT, gonna change your whole thing. Wish they already did it. You understand? This is something that they have already. And now they're gonna bring it to the public. So you understand how advanced they are now if they give this to you. You get what I'm saying? If they give you this ChatGPT that can do all of these wonders and things and, act like a human and can answer all questions and write all these essays and write things for you. What do you think? Now they're gone higher. They give you this. Let's pay attention and get closer to it.
There's been one name that's been on everyone's lips lately.
ChatGPT.
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 OpenAI, the San Francisco-based startup that created
OpenAI, and I already told you, they have to use the I. The I represent number 9. That's what it is. I is the number 9th letter in the alphabet. So there you go right there. All coding. Listen.
ChatGPT opened the tool up for public testing in November 2022. In under a week, the AI model amassed over 1 million users, according to OpenAI's CEO. By the end of January, ChatGPT was averaging about 13 million visitors per day.
Yes, it's them.
Users have put the text-based AI chatbot through
anything that they want you to get on, you go get on it. That's just how the world run. They run your head. So, of course, anywhere they want you to go, you have to go there.
With prompts ranging from the silly to the practical and even the creative.
The future's unfolding. It's hard to ignore. Automation's coming. It's knocking on the door.
The tool has become so popular that it's not unusual for users to be met with a message saying that ChatGPT is at capacity and can't handle any more queries.
That's what they do, people, because they're trying to implement it. They're trying to make a big deal out of this right here, because what it's gonna do is just take AI to another level. Yes, because of course it's the end of times. That's why they can give you these things, show their hands. Let's pay attention.
And as a person who cares a lot about grammatical issues, stylistic issues, punctuation, spelling, the first thing that's really impressive is how good it is at basic writing. It's better than
good at basic writing. You hear that, people? So the computer is getting more advanced, basically, the computers. And they talk about quantum computers. We ain't seen them yet handing out, but they're trying to tell you that, yes, they're going to improve on all of these so-called AI. So therefore, the human being get more, addicted and more fall into it. And then later on, it's going to be the demise of the masses. Remember, you're depending on these things to do things for you. Listen.
Most of the writing that I've gotten from students over the decades.
I would say it has been an explosion of interest around not just ChatGPT, but around generative AI more broadly. I've described this in a couple different scenarios as being akin to an iPhone moment.
Of course, as with any new technology, there are a number of legitimate concerns.
Listen.
If people believe that there's a problem with fake news, tools like this can only make the problem worse.
Well, they've been have this tool and we still know that the news is fake. You understand? I told you already. They hand it down now because they move on to something more technologized. I already told you they do it, man. We talk about fake news. The regular people don't do news. If I have to tell you again, the regular people don't do news. The news come from the establishment. Once it called news, the establishment is the one who hand it down. So pay attention here. They've been tricking you the whole time with this supposed ChatGPT. Now they're advanced, they give it to you.
OpenAI declined to be interviewed as part of this documentary. So in order to figure out what ChatGPT is and how it works, CNBC decided to go to the second best source and just ask the chatbot itself. We entered our questions into the bot's web interface and instructed ChatGPT to answer in a 1 to 2 sentence interview format. We used the text-to-speech software to give ChatGPT a voice. Can you give me a short description of yourself and then tell me what kinds of things can you do?
I am ChatGPT, a large language model trained by OpenAI. I am capable of understanding and generating text and can answer a wide range of questions, as well as generate creative writing and text summaries.
So a lot of the people that have used your services seem to think that you're pretty smart. Tell me, how do you have all of this knowledge?
I have been trained on a massive data set of text, which allows me to understand and generate text on a wide range of topics. The dataset contains a wide variety of information such as books, articles, and websites, which allows me to have knowledge on many different subjects.
Do you have any limitations?
So now you don't need books, and I guess you're not gonna need to write. Okay, you see that right there? Like I tell you, people, listen to me. You see your brain? Your brain is something that gonna stay active. Or if it's not active, it go to sleep. And then once your brain sleep, it become deactivated. No lie. They got parts of your brain that can go to sleep and never wake back up. I'm not lying. Part of your brain can go disabled by you not using it. The only reason why your brain work for what you're using it for is because you're using it. Just remember that shit. So when you stop remembering, you take out memory out of it completely. Everything you stored. You store your password, you store everything. You don't even remember where to find it. I know people are searching for their password. Oh, I don't know where I put it. I don't know which direction I hid it. Right, there you go. So you have no brain. Because some AI system hiding the password for you, you're not even smart enough to figure out which one. Not even that smart. So you understand what I'm saying? So you have multiple passwords and you go in there and you'll be like, damn, which one was which? Because your brain sleep, you let the devices be your brain. When the brain don't active in those areas, it goes sleep. Once it goes sleep, it's not coming back awake. It's just that simple. That's why you see sometimes they have therapy for people to try to walk again, and it didn't even work. Because you're trying to train the brain to do something that it's already stopped doing. For whatever reason, whatever the doctor tell you, oh, you're crippled or whatever, and then all of a sudden now you think they can walk? No, that brain is sitting there and upset that it can't do it. So the brain is what activates the whole body, everything that you do. The body control it. If you turn it over to AI, the brain gonna go dead. The brain gonna go sleep. So when you pick up a book for say, and you start reading it and you're getting into it, your brain is at fully activation, it working. Your brain identify the words, the brain identify the full stops, the commas, the brain identify everything, and you just react. You don't even know it's the brain doing it. The way it work, sanitarily, just fast. Just move fast and quick. As soon as you say, hey, you move your toe already move. So I'm saying, people, when you allow these computers and these AIs to do things for you, your brain gonna go sleep. So this is part of the destruction of the masses. Remember I tell you, with this ChatGPT, the masses gonna get lazier and lazier. Your brain not gonna work. It's just gonna stay there and become soup. And just when they tell you that they come up with a so-called, Alzheimer's, basically, cure. They're coming up with these things that can treat them and cure it. So now you understand what's one of the reasons why your brain turns soup to begin with and have these problems. Yes, you depend on other things to be your brain. Brain is disabled, you're not coming back. I tell the people, man, it's time to wake up. All of these things that they give you is for your demise. You don't write no more. Your brain, your finger, the way your brain operate your fingers to write, and all of that gone out the door. Just tell the computer to write something that you want to write. Just like nowadays, everything is... I hate to see people do it, but that's how they do it nowadays. They can't even type in something now. They have to say it. Like, what the hell wrong with you? That's just show you, people. That's just how your brain go to sleep. The government and the people who control us know exactly where to hit us. They know exactly where to attack us from, because they're the one who create our weakness. Yeah, it's another Mag Bam Sunday podcast, man. Respect to all the people who listen. And remember to check out magbittertruth.com. You already know. We're back on. Bam.